forward progress. We're getting on the plane, finally. There we go.
Thankfully, the flight from Iguazu to Sao Paulo was short. Since both of us were still recovering from being sick, we just needed to relax and get some rest. Sao Paulo is very different from Rio de Janeiro, just like how New York is very different from Los Angeles. And with less than 24 hours before we leave, we start to game plan how we're going to eat at both restaurants we want to visit in a single day. We try to go for the famous pork sandwich at Casa Do Porco at lunch, and then the tasting menu at D.O.M for dinner. The hustle of the city means a bit of taxi time to get where we're going.
Okay, so there's 2 restaurants in Sao Paulo that we wanted to go to. And the first one is Casa Do Porco. It's number 39 in the world and number 7 in Latin America, but it's super casual. It's not like a fine dining place. It's just really all about the pork. Anyways, we're here for lunch. We can go check it out.
The atmosphere is more fun than fine dining, with a main room adorned with miniature pigs, colorful decor, and interesting artifacts from the chef's travels. A Casa do Porco translates to House of the Pig in Portuguese, and is run by a husband and wife team, Jefferson and Janena. Jefferson started out as a butcher before going to culinary school, and finally opening the restaurant in 2015. They control 100% of the process from when the pigs are raised on a farm in his hometown to being served at the restaurant. We start off with one of their specialties, the crispy pancetta crackling with guava jam. It's a classic sweet and savory dish that hits all the right notes. Typically, the sandwiches are picked up from the takeaway window on the side, but we settle on sharing one in the dining room. Knowing that we're trying to hit both restaurants, and still not feeling 100%, we felt that our small lunch really did showcase the restaurant, and I think that it was refreshing to see a casual restaurant preparing high-quality food get the recognition as one of the best restaurants in the world.
But honestly, when we just split the sandwich and they got a little appetizer, but I mean, it was a really, really good sandwich. I mean, definitely, as for a quick lunch bite, for sure, and maybe even if you have longer, do the tasting. What do you think? You're not even a pork person.
I'm not a pork person, but I thought it was delicious and worthy of all the merit it receives.
We are very honored tonight to be sitting in Chef Italio's restaurant called D.O.M. It's number 5 in Latin America. It's a really, really interesting concept. I think we're going to learn more as the dinner progresses, but what I do know is that everything is from the Amazon, and he strives to bring sustainability and help the tribes that are deep in the Amazon thrive through farming and helping the food chain supply itself. It's just it's an amazing concept that he has going. His concept was so successful, he was featured on the Netflix show Chef's Table. Alex Attari's seminal restaurant was one of the original pioneers of combining high-end food preparation with indigenous Amazonian ingredients. And after reading more about him, we learned that over 20 years ago, he was a punk rocker with a wild journey to becoming a chef. Alex Attari has brought about a new style of cuisine in Brazil. It's avant-garde, heightened, and admirable. Fun fact, D.O.M stands for Dio Optimo Maximo, which translates to God, the good, the great. The Benedictine motto was often used to indicate places where weary pilgrims could eat and rest. With a flourishing food scene, we really wish we had more time to spend in Sao Paulo. Our short layover provided us with an enticing glimpse of the city, maybe just enough to bring us back again. I don't know. It does taste like lemongrass. Greetings from Death's Door.
This one's gonna be one for the record books. Kiwi.com. Thanks for nothing. Said we had a flight today, but it was actually for 2 days from now, even though it said it was for today. Now our flight is delayed a couple hours, something like that. That's gonna be a million years as bad as we feel. Sao Paulo. Damn, I'm tired.